Hello there, and welcome to Introduction to Linguistics, Morphology, second lesson. Today, we are going to talk about derivational and inflectional morphemes, internal change, suppletion, reduplication, and stress. First, derivational and inflectional morpheme. Derivational morpheme affix forms a word with a different category from the base. So in derivational morpheme, we have affix, which forms a word with a different category from the base. So different category, it means category or word class, it changes from a verb to a noun, from a noun to a verb, from adjective to a verb, and so on. In inflectional morpheme, affixes do not change the category. So word class does not change. So this is the classification of derivational and inflectional morpheme. Remember, both are bound morphemes. They are not free morphemes. You remember, we have free and bound morphemes. Bound morphemes can be classified into derivational and inflectional morpheme. Derivational morpheme, which changes the category or the class of the word, can be a prefix or a suffix. Prefix such as d, re, in, an, im, and so on. And suffixes, you know, ion, tion, ly, abl, e, or ible, er, and so on. Many prefixes and suffixes. Move on to the second type, inflectional morpheme. They are suffixes, but they do not change the category of the word. Plural s, when we add it to a singular word or noun, it does not change the category of the word noun, whether it is singular or plural. ing, the verb, ed, the verb, it does not change because it is a verb and it becomes a verb after adding ed. So these are the differences between derivational and inflectional morphemes. Let's analyze the structure of the word unreliability. We have how many morphemes? We have 4 morphemes. Unreliability. It is originally, the root is rely, the verb rely. This is why we wrote here the base word depend on with full trust or confidence. This is the meaning of rely. So this is the verb. And we add able, able, reliable, reliable. And this is a suffix, of course. And when we add the suffix to the verb rely, it became reliable, which is an adjective. So here we have a change from verb to adjective. What kind of morpheme? It is derivational morpheme because it changes the category of the verb into adjective. And when we add ity, reliability, we change the adjective into the noun, another derivational morpheme. So we have reliability, and then we add un. First, this is a word, reliability. Then we add un, which is a prefix giving the negative meaning not. So, unreliability, we have 1 prefix and 2 suffixes. It means inability to be relied upon or trusted. Next, let's move to the next section, internal change. Morphology is not always concatenated. Means we do not have regular cases all the time. For example, look at the verb sing. When we form the past, we do not add ed. We change the vowel. So it is internally changed. Sang, jump, jump. They are different. So this kind of structure is called internal change. And the morpheme. It is not the case, or it is not the regular case for all morphemes. So sometimes we have internal change in the root itself. The second, or let's move to the next section, suppletion. Suppletion means completely change the morpheme. Sometimes the morpheme is substituted with another morpheme. For example, am, I am. We do not, to form the past, we do not add ed. We have a different word, was. Go, we have went. So this is a complete, not internal change, a complete change. We change the morpheme. This is called suppletion. Completely change the morpheme. Next section is reduplication. Now we are exploring different morphological processes or changes or structures of English words. Reduplication, repeat all or part of the base. Some morphemes are repeated to form the word. So, teeny weeny, itsy bitsy. So, teeny weeny, itsy bitsy. Here, the morpheme sometimes undergoes different pronunciation process. If it is different category, for example, the noun is different from the verb, the pronunciation itself. This is called stress. Here we have two syllables. And for example, look at these examples. The first word is record. The stress on the first syllable. The second word, record, which is a verb. The stress on the second syllable. The next example, project, but it is project if it is a verb. So here, morphemes undergo a process of stress change. Stress changes in the morpheme if the category of the word changes from a noun to a verb or from a verb to a noun. We have record, record, project, project, project. So this is what we call stress and the structure of morpheme. Thank you for listening.